Happy Monday, welcome to Evenings with John and Duncan, a very special netball episode, spotlight on Team Singapore, John.
That's right. It's the first time we're having netball on this show, but also the first time we have a coach on this segment of our show, of Spotlight on Team Singapore, because previously we only had athletes.
Yeah, and now we have Annette Pearce here, head coach of the Singapore national team. And KWOK Shoes is the nickname, she says, so
that's right.
Shoes.
Yeah. Welcome to our show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic to have you both here. You know, it's phase two. We're well into phase two at the moment, Annette. Are the girls back training?
They are. We've been doing Zoom and strength and conditioning by Zoom, so that has been a real challenge for the girls. And thankfully, we're now back on the court, but we are restricted by five on a court. So as coaches, that's really made us have to think outside the square as how we run trainings, as well as the social distancing and not being able to have that contact with the players as well.
Shui, it must have been such a struggle doing Zoom training, you know, with a screen, and now how, you know, happy are you to be back on court and just relief I'm sure that you must be feeling?
Yeah, definitely. Like when we are training in Zoom, it feels, although your teammates are on screen, it feels quite alone sometimes, and you really kind of have to push yourself through mentally. Now you have people kind of suffering alongside with you, doing that extra runs and that extra push with you. So definitely very excited to be back. Yeah.
Now, John, we were both in the Philippines for the SEA Games. Kept running into each other for some reason. We weren't working together, but we just ran into each other.
Yeah.
And I was there for the final for Singapore-Malaysia, big rivalry. And unfortunately, the girls lost. Is that still a sore point? Is it too soon to be talking about it?
Well, I think it's always going to be a motivation for us to train harder. It's definitely a disappointment. Nobody trained to lose or compete, go on court to come back with that losing feeling. But we have to look forward, definitely. Of course, we had the NSL, and then now we hope that we will be able to move forward to the next competition, be it Nations Cup or Asian Indoor Games, and prove otherwise. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a bit also about the age profile of the squad, because naturally it's been a big change since the 2015 squad through KL, and then of course last year we're talking about specifically about the SEA Games. But of course, like you mentioned, you also have other competitions on the horizon, whether it's Nations Cup, Asian Netball Championships. I don't know if it's still happening. This year, most of the events have been a washout. Yeah. But what are your next targets? Are there any specific ones that are coming up for you guys?
There is, like we're hoping Nations Cup will go ahead, and I mean, ideally, we are hoping that we'll be able to run a full court, because we'll be going in done with the gameplay, whereas if we're looking at the countries that are possibly coming, they're back in playing. So we're talking the Pacific Island teams as well. We've got the Indoor Asian Games that will be a first for netball, which would be fantastic. So that's a real big target sitting there. And then if we look further down the track, it would be, we're hoping that we would get the tick to maybe look forward to SEA Games as well, because with SEA Games, netball's either in or out, so they're really big targets. So that means it puts us up against Sri Lanka and Malaysia again, and it is like, bring it on, because I had the opportunity to be there in SEA Games as well as the performance analysis, so yeah, felt the pain what these girls were going through as well. So they're really big targets that we're aiming for.
As you said, new role for yourself. How have you adjusted to it?
Look, it's fantastic. The girls have been great. Like same with Netball Singapore and the support I've got. It is a fantastic challenge to have now. Sort of switching from performance analysis now back into coaching, because that's where I'd gone with Netball New Zealand as well. So it is great to be, and I've always loved Singapore and, like I say, working with the girls. So it's fantastic.
Shui, have you needed to change the way you speak to her, or the way that you have that relationship with her now that she is the head coach?
So I think, like previously, we only speak to her mostly in competitions. Yeah, so like about court play and things. It's still the same. We are talking about court play and all this, how the strategies and things like that. But we get to see her more often now. Yeah, and I mean, and it has been great with setting the team culture as well. So bring some, I guess, new life to the team. Yeah, since it's kind of young squad as well, right?
Yeah. Very young.
Well, we do know that netball traditionally has been a very strong team sport within the Singapore community.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have many sports, of course, in Singapore, but netball has always been one of the ones that bring in the fans
Yep.
in Singapore. So, but even then, perhaps maybe you could share with us some of the common or the popular misconceptions that people may have about the sport of netball.
I guess the one major one that sits there is we're told netball is a non-contact sport.
Okay.
So yeah, it is non-contact, supposedly. But I mean,
Supposedly.
if you watch it, there's many a time that two players are going for a ball and ending up on the ground. I mean, there's quite a few injuries. So that would be one of the big misconceptions. And I guess the other one is especially for the young players starting out, sometimes if they're very tall, they're sort of put down into a shooting or a goalkeeper position instead of having the opportunity to play all the positions. So that's why you have sometimes the rotation policy. So at least as young players coming through, they have that opportunity to play a centre. They could be 6 foot and run it as a centre. And if you get out on the international stage, you are actually up against tall players like that. You'd agree with Shu's, yeah. So, yeah, but the biggest one is everyone says it's a non-contact sport, but yeah.
You know, John, I was part of a charity event, I think 2 years ago, where we were all taking part in a netball event. And so it was my first time ever, playing netball. And it's explosive. It really is. It's hard on your knees because you're jumping and you're running, almost similar to basketball, almost in a way. And I think, do people realize like how hard it is and how fit you need to be to play netball?
No, I don't think they realize that. Like, even when we are traveling, we always get asked like what sport we are from, and then they're like, "Oh, is that like basketball or volleyball?" And then we're like, "No, we can't dribble," that kind of thing. But yeah, like it takes the 7 of us on court to make a goal count. Yeah, and when we are on defense, it's the 7 of us on defense as well. So not everyone can shoot, but it takes a team effort, definitely. Yeah, there's different kind of like segments of the court that you can be on. Yeah, with the center obviously running the most part. Yeah, and we have to be very fit. Yeah, I mean, international standard is very different. Yeah.
I think that's the same to say for every sport, I guess.
Yeah,
We're talking about the fitness. Certainly not looking forward to the workout segment that will be coming very shortly after this. But you need to be very fit, Duncan.
You need to be very fit. So during circuit breaker and phase 1, obviously, as you mentioned, the NSL season was cut short. The girls had to stay home. What kind of workout regime did you put them under?
Okay, so just before we went into circuit breaker, we'd actually put out international standards that we wanted the girls to be hitting targets on. We'd done a lot of research around that, so really fortunate to have a really good support management staff there with the strength and conditioning. So we sat down and worked out a plan. So the girls, they were all doing strength and conditioning twice a week by Zoom, so they had to send in pictures of their backpacks, of their weights, what they'd be using, so like what the athletes were doing. Then they had a run program that they needed to be doing during the weekend, and then they had 2 Zoom classes with me on a Tuesday and Thursday, with the other coaches as well, and we set out like Tabata exercises, hand and eye coordination, just quick footwork just to keep them up there. So they'd work solidly for about an hour and a half in those as well. So we were just really pushing that, and then when we were able to come back sort of slowly back onto the courts, we've actually done speed sessions as well. So we've been on a hockey turf and also out to the beach, but also making sure we're maintaining the actual correct ruling of the social distancing in groups of 5.
All right, sounds intense, John. I think this leads us perfectly into your most favorite part of this episode.
Our favorite part of this segment,
yeah, sure.
very soon. Well, we're going to get Shui to do a quick demonstration of a few of her home workouts.
Yeah.
I think that, was it only done over circuit breaker, or is actually also part of the regular training that you usually do this?
It can be part of the regular training, of course, but because you only require a small space, and yourself basically to run that workout. So,
okay, sounds perfect for anyone who wants to just try some home workouts, even, or something you don't need too much time to have a go at. So, but it might not be as easy as it sounds. We're going to find out soon enough.
It never is.
It never is quite as easy as it sounds.
Okay, so Shui,
have a look.
shoes,
Right.
Show us what you got.
Okay, so we have 3 exercises
Oh, 3
for
lah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first one is because like we have a lot of jumping and running, like you say, right? So a broad jump, and then you are on an angled run, as if you are going for an intercept.
Okay, so jump and then run. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
angled run. So make sure you turn your hips to run. Yeah, and then after you run, then you go back to the same thing, jump, run.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long do you do that for?
We do it for like, I mean, there's 30 seconds, then 30 seconds rest, or like 40 seconds, 20 seconds rest. I mean, you can
Okay.
up it however you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Wow.
then there's the burpees.
Okay.
I'm not sure this will drop.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Let's go
Just
for
go
it.
for it. All
We'll
right.
find out.
Okay. So the celebratory burpees.
Celebratory
Yeah. So
burpees.
in the sense
No,
you
I never
burpee.
had both of them together.
All
in the
right.
same
Clap.
sentence. Oh,
Clap.
Ah,
the
okay.
clap. Okay.
Yeah. That's one.
And
How
how
many?
many of those do you usually?
Same time
Same
length.
thing.
What's the time
Okay.
based?
Yeah.
30.
Oh.
So as many as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
As many.
Yeah.
As many as possible.
I think for them it's 30 seconds. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. I think
Yeah.
for us it's 30 seconds on, about 5 minutes off. Lah.
Very likely.
Very likely.
Very
Okay,
likely.
and then what's the third one?
Yeah, and then the last one, a bit of core. So from here, on the side plank, and then you're crunching,
This
Oh,
one
man.
looks.
right?
Yeah.
New MILO 搞小袋 less sugar with whole grain cereal. Get the goodness of whole grains with more fiber and protein. The healthier breakfast choice.
I'm trying to think in my head, which one would I like to do if I'm being called to challenge? And none of them are things that I want to do at all.
Well, I mean, if I had a choice,
If you had a choice?
yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't
So
have a choice.
why not we have a scissors, paper, stone challenge?
Scissors, paper, stone.
Yeah.
Paper, stone.
So
ah.
maybe for today,
Oh.
for the first time, we
Yep.
might actually break that duck of not having 2 people do a challenge.
Just one, right?
Just one
Okay,
of
so
us.
which is the challenge, first of all?
Yeah,
Of
which-
the
which-
3
which is
exercises?
of
Oh,
the
you're going to
three?
ask us to do all 3, is it?
Yeah.
All 3. Oh, so today's winner.
High stakes scissors, paper,
Yeah,
stone
high
right
stakes.
now.
It's the best of how many scissors?
Best of how many?
Three.
Best of
Best
3,
of
yeah.
3.
Okay.
Quite stressful.
Ah,
Okay, scissors, paper, stone.
Oh, one Duncan.
Scissors, paper, stone.
Scissors, paper, stone. Scissors, paper, stone.
Woo!
Okay,
Scissors, paper, stone. Oh!
There we go. Come on. John Yeong. Here you
Oh,
go.
man.
You're up.
All the luck I get. Okay, so which I'm just gonna. Okay, so
Well,
which one
should we
is?
time it?
Oh, yes, I have my phone ready here.
So I'm supposed to do
Jump.
Jump.
standing broad jump.
Yeah.
Which is where I might just fly off the screen here. And then I'm supposed to do an angled run, right? And
Yeah.
then I
Run,
make
yeah.
that angled
Angled
run.
run.
I come back here again.
No, you just like jump from,
From there,
wherever
I
you
jump
are,
and
then you
then
angle
angle
back.
back.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Like a V lah.
Let's
Yeah.
see if I get this right.
Okay, are you ready?
I hope I am.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, tell me if I do it wrong. Okay, so I'm supposed to run here.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I'm supposed to
Go,
Jump again.
jump again.
jump here.
Yeah, then come
Okay.
back.
And then run there.
Yeah.
Yep. So just
So
jump
just
straight.
jump
Jump
straight.
straight.
Just
Jump
jump
straight.
straight.
Yep.
Yep.
Angle
And
run
run
back.
here.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Faster.
then jump
Faster.
here.
Faster.
Come on. The head
Too
coach is
slow.
telling you to go
Faster.
faster. It's not acceptable, John.
Yeah, it's training.
What's
Go.
the time like?
You got 10 seconds left.
I'm gonna buy a bit of time, extra time
Buy
here.
a bit of
No,
time.
no, this is a hard workout.
I don't have much space to jump.
They're flying off the screen.
Well done, John.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah.
And then there's more.
Yeah, so you got 30 seconds rest, but no, because this is live television, we don't have time for 30 seconds rest. So straight away you go to the celebratory burpees.
So celebrate. Oh, okay. So
With the
I'm
push-up.
Just gonna go for that one.
Yeah.
With a push-up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the push up and then up.
And then
Go.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Jump
okay.
up, clap.
Have you even started time yet?
Not yet, but you can continue. Go. I'm starting now.
Because I'm just starting now.
Up, up, up.
Clap.
Hope I'm on screen.
Yes.
Very good.
Halfway there, John.
Halfway there.
You got 10 seconds left.
Need to celebrate
push.
it.
You don't seem like you're really
Yeah,
celebrating.
exactly. It's not.
Definitely not celebrating today.
Okay, last one.
All right.
Okay. And now it's the side
What's
side
the last
plank,
one?
The plank.
with the crunches.
Good grief. This way is better. or That way is
Whichever
better?
your favorite side.
Maybe
Yeah.
this. How do I do this again?
Side plank.
Yep.
Then
Yep.
upper
Yep.
leg
And
and
up.
arm.
Up and
And then you do
then.
the side crunch. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Continue.
it.
I'm
Oh,
I
yeah.
started. I
Nice and
started.
But I
straight.
need to be on off camera at the moment.
Okay. Just carry
So
on.
like this,
Yeah.
and go.
Go.
Shoes you. Do you think this technique's acceptable, or?
Oh, you're not really happy with your technique, John.
You need to be nice and
I'm not saying
straight.
this
Need
day,
to
I'm
be
looking
nice
at
and
you.
straight. Your hips forward.
You should see the looks that you're giving.
Just looking at
hips forward. Yeah.
I don't think you'll be called up for the Nations Cup anytime soon.
I hope not. If this is a training.
Okay, last two.
Better. Yep.
One, and stop.
Oh,
John,
very
fantastic
good.
work,
Yeah, very
fantastic
good.
work.
Very good. Very good.
Fantastic work. How was that?
Well, let me catch my breath over.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It is, it is.
So this is what
good one.
the girls will be doing during circuit breaker.
Yeah, some just some of
Some
the
of it.
exercises.
Okay,
I
just
reckon.
some of it.
It's like
Definitely
maybe
not all
Too
of
bad
it.
they didn't bring the weighted backpack for you. Otherwise,
Why would I even need a
no,
weighted backpack?
do squats, imagine. Or yeah.
Well, certainly a good workout.
Okay, as you catch your breath,
Yeah.
okay, we go into another challenge, and this is my personal favorite, the terminology section
Terminologies.
of segment of each episode. So we have netball, a netball player and a netball coach here. So we'll do netball terminologies. And how's your netball knowledge in general? What do you know about netball?
Basic rules, maybe, but not so much.
What's the
If it's
basic
something
rules that you
advanced. Yep, basic rules.
Just you should score one point lah. That's your basic knowledge of netball. And then if you're kind enough, just bring the just one whiteboard and yeah, just one marker.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for you essentially because I
like-
just love giving you
Yeah, seems like everything's for me today. for
out of
some
this
reason.
world, out of this world term. But maybe you would know what I'm saying. Some of these, so in the past, some of these terms have been very Americanized or very specific to a certain country. And so even our Singapore athletes weren't really familiar with the terms.
Yeah.
So hopefully this one is from a British website. So hopefully it's something they would know. So I would test you, and as you're trying to guess, Shui and both of you can come up with the answer together. What is actually the term? And if you want to do some demonstration, feel free.
all
Okay?
right.
Okay.
So the first one, an easy one. What does clearing mean?
Clearing.
Yes.
I
Which one?
reckon.
It's what that clearing run that we did.
Have you heard this in any
it's-
other sport?
If it's something similar to football, probably getting the ball out of defense.
But netball, there's no clear the ball, right? Where
Yeah,
you
okay.
have netball.
throw to the
just
side
throw.
lah.
Up and away, is it?
I don't think if I'm
clearing
not
runs
wrong,
or
you
clearing
can't
ball.
go beyond 2/3.
Yes.
So
that's the rule,
it's
right? Yeah,
probably
yeah,
the
yeah.
rule. I'm not too sure, but
Yeah.
but clearing, maybe just get it out of there.
Just get it out of there,
Yeah.
right?
Am I wrong?
Is that the right answer?
Pretty much, I guess.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, so it's an attacking term actually.
Oh,
so
it's an attacking term.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Attacking
one
term.
I
So
got
they were
wrong.
wrong already.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, as an attacker, if you're here, and then like you have missed the timing, so or like you're not in a good timing to get a ball, and then you will clear, so that you are out of the way, so someone else can come
Making
through.
space for,
Yeah.
for his teammate.
Ah,
Yeah.
I
What does the
see.
T stand for? Teammate, is it?
The,
Or-
the thrower or the person
Thrower.
with the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Wow. Okay. Makes a lot of sense now.
She was very kind to you. She said quite close. You are way off with that one.
Hey, I got my terminologies from another
you
sport,
got a
man.
football one. A football one.
Some coaches will say like clear the ball, so it means
Yeah.
that like how you had it. If we got a rebound, we want to clear the ball and get it out of the
Yeah.
space a
Ah,
lot
okay.
quicker. So yeah.
I see.
Yep,
Okay.
so
But wrong. Second term, what is a half roll?
Half what
Yeah,
roll?
Half roll.
you-
ROLL.
ROLL.
demo.
Half roll.
Yeah. It's like 6 inch and then, a foot long lah on Subway. So a half roll.
A half roll.
Yes.
Wow. And it's not ROLE, it's ROLL.
Yes.
Roll.
Half roll. Maybe it's something that they do on the court, Maybe they roll halfway.
I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
I just play with him on this one. Wild guess.
Wild guess. Wild guess would be nothing to do with substitutions? No?
No, it's not. Nothing to do with substitutions. Give up.
I have no idea for this one, man.
Okay. Annette,
Right.
Shui?
Same. It's an
Oh, see?
attacking term.
Love it. First
Wow.
demonstration
Demo.
ever. I
Demo.
love it.
Actual
Demo.
demonstration.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay.
So defender, right?
Who's the defender?
And then
Okay,
Me.
Annette. All right.
yeah. Okay. So like I'm trying to get away from her, so
Yeah.
trying to move her this way,
Yeah.
and then I'll just come back.
Okay.
It's like
Ah,
a roll, but a
okay.
full roll is kind of like from here. I roll.
Fool around.
Oh.
Okay. I see.
It's a technique to get away
It's
from
a
your
technique.
marker.
It's a
Yeah. It's almost like a body feint for the half one, and then you go around.
Ah, interesting.
I like
know
that.
Yeah.
I like the demonstration. Fantastic. You didn't get that one right.
I
by
didn't
the
get
way.
that one right. Nowhere near.
Still 0?
Still 0 after 2.
I don't fancy your chance for the next two.
Not
Those were the
today.
easy ones.
Those were the easy ones. Those were the good grief. Those were the easy ones. Okay.
Okay, maybe not. This one, the name kind of gives it away. What is a sprint dodge?
Sprint. So basically.
You know the 5 Ds of dodgeball?
No, I don't. But sprint, I
Dodge,
reckon
duck, dip, dive,
it
and
definitely
dodge.
involves a sprint at some point, and then you dodge the ball.
Yeah. Like,
Once they give you, I think that, I don't know whether they're drawing or whether they're going to do the demo, but it's very similar to something that you would do
In football?
In football, yes.
In football, sprint dodge.
But it's not the term.
It's a different term altogether.
Yeah.
Something to do with fainting, as well.
I guess. I mean, that one's quarter mark for you lah. It's not even half.
Anything that
I
breaks a
wouldn't even
0.
give you- yeah. Okay, I'll give you a quarter mark for them, but I think they will.
Okay, all right. What's it?
You will draw it out or?
you want a demo or you want to draw it?
Demo.
Demo?
See, I love it. Second.
Love it. Another demonstration.
I'm not
I
sprinting
love
though.
it.
Yeah.
Lots
No
of
sprinting, yeah.
demonstrations today.
Okay, so you kind of like really sprint up, dodge, and then kind
Ah.
of go through.
Not
Yeah.
too far off. I
Yeah.
deserve more than a quarter mark for
Really?
that.
Yeah. Half lah. Okay, I give you half.
One way and then you go another way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's another technique to get away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's interesting.
I think because everyone is easily to mark, right? So you
Yeah.
just need to find different ways to get away
Yeah.
from the defender.
Getting away from a marker, basically.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is not too fair on you lah, but who is fair on this?
Yeah,
on
well,
this
who cares about John
particular-
anyway?
yeah, yeah.
So, but
But I think it's more for them to explain later on. But
Okay.
just to have some fun, what is high five netball?
high five. High five.
You don't know?
netball.
You're looking at me like a blank stare.
Yeah, looks like maybe you're the only one who has the answer on your phone.
British website, okay?
High five netball is
Yeah.
something you definitely don't do during COVID-19 because it's that's all I know. So that can't be wrong. You got to give me a mark for that one.
Actually it is not a term of in-game.
Oh.
It's a particular version of the sport.
You play with 5 players. It's a variation of the.
Yes, check.
Is it?
Huh? Any idea? Have you heard about high five netball?
Fast 5 netball.
Maybe fast five. It's so. Okay, I don't want to put anyone on the spot. It's kind of like high five netball. Again, from the British website, you look at me like, oh, Duncan, what have you done now? High five netball is a popular introductory game and an easy way for young kids to get to know more about netball.
Ah.
So it
Definitely
targets
not my age
children
profile.
between age 9 to 11.
Yeah.
The game uses friendly fun and variety to get them interested in playing the game. It helps kids polish their netball skills and is good exercise.
Ah.
Is it
And-
familiar? If something that you heard of before?
It'll be
Not in Singapore. I don't think it's something in Singapore, but
Yeah,
it's something.
probably
no,
like
they're
that.
just a name for
Yeah. Well.
one of their youth programs.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So we've learnt something as well.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
like the kids
Sounds
net.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A different,
so-
maybe by a different name, maybe something similar. Yeah.
But they play like with different length of the pole.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
and a
height,
smaller.
yeah.
Interesting.
yeah.
They,
Smaller ball.
that
smaller
could have
ball.
been another guess about the high 5 netball, or just 5 people playing netball at a very high place. You never know.
So that is half upon 4. Final score, half upon 4.
Half and half means 1. I've got 1 point.
You're
I've
taking
got
you're
the,
taking
third, the third one. I've got
the
half
third
a
one.
point.
Where will you get the other half from?
The last one.
You're going to take that as
For
well?
my-
Okay, 1 out of 4. Not too bad, John. 25%.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the terminology.
Yeah.
Because usually I will do 5, but
Yeah. We decided
it was
to
really
spare,
hard for the netball
spare me
ones,
the
yeah.
pain for
To
today.
make it too easy for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves on this episode.
Yeah.
Just want to know about, for yourself, your targets for the team. And for you, Shui, first of all, what has been your highlight? 8 years with the national team. What has been your biggest highlight?
I think my highlight of like this whole journey would be last year, when we actually have quite a heavy year. So we had the World Cup in Liverpool, which I was fortunate to be a part of, and then the Nations Cup team as well, and of course, lastly, the SEA Games team. While it didn't come off with a win, of course, yeah. But I've been in and out of the team, yeah. So it was a great time to be back and playing with the team, yeah.
And Annette, straight into it. Not had the chance to actually coach the team proper and go for a proper match, but targets for when it does return.
Well, targets is, like, first one is Nations Cup. I mean, we're going to go for gold, but I mean, the teams that we're coming in we're up against, I mean, they are ranked higher than us in the world, so we have to set the standards high, but we know there's a process there. And I say the indoor Asian Games as well, so every target we're sitting there, especially when we're in Asia, is we're aiming for number one.
Yeah.
But there's also those steps that we have to take first, so that's the ultimate goal, and we have got a new young squad as well, so it's just really making sure they've got the support, and we just put it out there on the court.
Fantastic. And we'll be supporting you as the media, but there's also another way for people to support them as well.
That's right. This is definitely a good time, of course. Team Singapore needs your support, so do head on over to Team Singapore Facebook page, right at the top for the pin post. You can pledge your support for our Team Singapore athletes. All you have to do is to drop your support or your pledge into the comment section of that post in the lead up to this year's National Day.
Fantastic. And that's it for Spotlight on Team Singapore, but we're not done with the show just yet, because we have Get Active with MILO, who is going to do the workout today.
That's right. For today's 8-minute workout segment led by Team Singapore, we have Shermaine Tung, our very own pentathlete, who will be taking you through this set of her HIIT HIIT workout.
Fantastic stuff. Enjoy this workout.
Hi guys, welcome to another segment of Get Active with MILO. So I'm Shermaine, and today our workout will be mainly on legs. So everything from the glutes all the way to even your adductors and abductors, okay? So same thing, it will be 30 seconds each exercise. So there will be altogether 3 sets. Set 1 and set 2 will be repeating it twice, and then set 3 will be on your adductors and adductors, okay? So without further ado, let's start. So we are always standing in the standing position. First one will be sumo squat pulses. So open your legs wide. So this is your normal squat. So we're going to open wide, and we're going to pulse up and down for 30 seconds. So for pulsing, you don't actually have to stand up all the way. You just have to go up a few inches and back down again. So you already feel the burn in your glutes, and remember to warm up before this, okay? So 5 more seconds, we're going to switch to squat stance, calf raises. So for this, we are going to stay here and calf raise. And calf raise. So this is to work on your muscles here. So it's very effective, especially if you are running a lot. So as much as possible, try to maintain your balance, engage your abs at all time, and just raise as high as possible and back down. And then we're going to repeat this again. So same thing, squat pulses. So as you can see, for this entire sumo squat exercises, we are not even standing up. We're just going to remain in this position. So you can really feel the burn in your quads and in your glutes, and that's good. Okay, so pause for about 5 more seconds. So by now you should be feeling the kick, and back to calf raises. So if you really feel the burn in your legs and you think it's too hard, you can always stand up and do this. So this will be slightly easier. But if you think that it's too easy, you can always go back down again. Okay, so the next one will be a lunge variation. We're going to change to lunge. So this is forward lunge with knee tuck. So you tuck in your knee and you go forward. So alternate legs and forward. So I always like to add in a knee tuck because it actually increases my hip flexibility, which is important for running. So 5 more seconds, and we're going to change into reverse lunge. Okay, so reverse lunge, backwards. So if you want an extra kick for this reverse lunge, you can always lunge, and when you stand up, kick back. So lunge, stand up, kick back. So the extra motion is actually to fire up your glute muscles, which is very important for running, for swimming, and actually for everything that you do. Okay, we're going to change back to forward, knee tuck. So even though lunges may seem boring, but it's actually a very effective workout and also very essential exercise to include in all your legs workout. So this entire workout will be no impact. The only impact you have is actually for your legs. Okay, so back to reverse lunges. So try to lunge as far back as possible. And really feel that stretch in your hip flexors here. And down. Five more seconds to go. Okay, and we're going to go on the floor. So next one is inner lifts. So for this one, you're going to cross one leg over, and we're going to be working on one leg first. So from here, we're going to lift. So you should be firing up this whole part here, also known as the groin muscle, which is also known as the adductor muscle. Okay. And after this, it will be adductor holds. So lift it up and hold it there. So this is a muscle that a lot of people rarely train. So it gets tired easily, which is the whole point of this workout. So hold it there. So we got 10 more seconds. After this, we're going to change to the abductor side, which is the outside. We're going to work on the same leg again. So you're just going to flip, and we'll be doing this. So apart from training your abductor muscles here, you also be training your glutes. As you can see, it's a very comfortable position. So if you're watching Netflix, you can actually do this while watching a movie. So if you want additional difficulty, you can always lift up and do this. Okay, next one, circles. So we're going to stay in the same position, but instead of lifting up, we're going to go for circles. So by now, your legs should be burning, but just hold it there for a couple more seconds, 15 to be exact, before you're going to switch to the other leg. So if you're in this position, you're actually working your abs at the same time compared to this. Okay, now we're going to change to the left leg. So same thing, we're going to start from the inner thigh first. So do this. So pulse up and down. So after this, always remember to stretch your muscles here after this exercise. So you can actually stretch it by doing a sumo squat and pushing your legs out. Or you can do a butterfly stretch. And we're going to change to hold. So bring it up as high as possible and hold it there. So subconsciously, your leg will drop because of fatigue, but always remember to push it back up. So every 10 seconds, remind yourself, okay, up, and then up. Okay, hold it there for about 5 more seconds. Push it up as high as possible. And we're going to switch back to outer. So from here, up. So really contract your muscles. We are not going for speed here. We're going for controlled movements. So don't be doing this. Just control. Really squeeze those muscles, your glute muscles. So same thing, if you want additional difficulty, you can raise it up and do this. And circles. So this is the last one, so hang in there. Draw as many circles as possible. 15 more seconds. Okay, last 5. And rest. Okay, so that is for the legs workout. Thank you so much for joining me on today's segment. And take care, I'll see you soon.
Wow, she really did put the pant in pentathlete there, did she?
Well, definitely panting non-stop. Well, we do hope you enjoyed today's segment and learned a little something new from the netball terminologies that Duncan brought you, as well as some of the home workouts you can do in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
That will bring you plenty of discomfort. Yeah, but don't forget to join us again this Wednesday for the Wednesday report, because we have a very special edition of the Get Active Singapore workout. It's a dance-off challenge that you will not want to miss.
If you're lucky enough, you will see John doing some of those moves. We'll see you on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Good night.
I don't know where that came from. Bye. See ya.